There. You hear it?
In 1988, consumer research showed us that the biggest problem people had with cordless telephones was that they heard too much.
Well, mainly, there's all this crackling, you know, like there's a bad connection, but it's not.
Yeah, like maybe you're talking long distance and actually you're not.
Yeah, and the sound fades in and out.
Scott, do you have any problems with yours? Ed, how about you?
Well, I know that there's this static, and sometimes you can't even hear the other person on it. You know, it's like a thunderstorm.
Oh, yeah? Gene, do you have any problems with your phone?
Well, what good is a cordless phone if you can't even hear on it?
There. You hear it?
Solving this one pervasive consumer problem became our primary focus.
In the development program, we actually would build working prototypes and have them reviewed by customer groups and listen to the actual sound quality. And these prototypes, we would allow the performance of the phone be modified by controls so they actually not only listen to these products, but they'd actually adjust them and set them to the way they thought the phone sounded the best. And this is not a typical engineering approach where you're working in specs only, but we wanted to actually have the customers satisfied with the products and design the products around the actual needs of the customer. The customer perceives that the sound quality is so good that he even feels it's better than a corded telephone.
There. You hear it? Well, of course you don't. There's virtually no static, so there's nothing to hear.
Once we had the product right, we brought it to our retailers and listened.
This is a great item. It's a great product at the right price point.
I think the trouble is that nobody knows it's a great product.
That's a good point. You've got to tell them. You've got to get the message to the consumer.
We knew we had to do a number of things to make this thing work. First, we had to give it the right name. It had to be fast, it had to be simple, it had to communicate the benefit.
This is the amazing new GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone.
We didn't have a lot of money for media, so we had to find a way to get the biggest bang for the buck.
An exclusively cable network media strategy delivered the ideal audience demographics and the cost efficiency to achieve strong frequency during our key selling seasons.
We had to make it stand out, make it easy for people to identify.
In a sea of white phones, differentiation at point of sale was critical. Linking it to the advertising consumers would see at home was equally important.
The new GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone. You have to not hear it to believe it.
Of course, if you're not into labels, you can always peel it off. Right, girl?
In your dreams, David.
Finally, we had to give people a way to find the product.
Yeah, we had to work real closely with the retailers during the key selling periods of the year. We had Mother's Day, Father's Day, and back to school and Christmas selling season, which is the biggest selling season. And the key thing there was to bring in their co-op, their local advertising, and to tie together that with our national advertising and put those two together so that when the customer gets to the retail, to the store, looking for the product, everything just clicks together. The local ad ran, the national ad ran, and consumers are actually going into the store asking for the Crystal Clear cordless telephone by GE.
This is the amazing new GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone, which comes with this ingenious any-room recharge cradle. So you can recharge it in any room you like. Of course, it also has this remarkable crystal clear sound. There. You hear it? Of course you don't. There's virtually no static, so there's nothing to hear.
The new GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone. You have to not hear it to believe it.
Okay. All right. For you. He's not taking any calls.
In our first year, our sales increased to retail at about 184% over the prior year. Retail sales to customers increased at about 60 to 70% in the normal ad period. And when they tied that national advertising campaign together with a retail co-op program, they experienced 130% growth in sales. The models that we added to the line for 1991 are the new lead Crystal Clear cordless 9514. We followed that with the 9625, which is a cordless speakerphone, and then we continued on with our 4-piece integrated system, the 9630. And in 1991, we not only expanded our line, but we created a whole new advertising campaign.
The best thing about this GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone is that it's virtually static-free, which is really great, because most of us have enough static in our lives. Like birthday parties. Hello? You're kidding. You sent the wrong what?
GE Crystal Clear Cordless Telephones, because the last thing you need in your life is more static.
Little kids at school hear about this.
Great.
The continued success of the Crystal Clear cordless product line has kept us probing for even more opportunities.
I think at our home, a cordless extension would be wonderful.
Right, one base with 2 handsets.
So we're already developing the next addition to the Crystal Clear cordless family, one base with 2 handsets. As for what we'll do in the future, we plan to just keep listening to people.
I'd like that.